I have my misgivings about some few players mentioned and others who were also left out. And if it had been total and commitment had been shown by the technical team, we would have had a better squad as compared to what they were able to list. Why I'm particular about the squad list is that, Nabila, in any competition of a kind, your squad list is the most important thing because you are as good as the squad list. When you want to even change the format or the formational play of the squad, it's based on the squad list that you have. So when you leave out certain critical members or crucial members out of the squad, you are handicapped one way or the other when there is the need for you to tinker with the formation to give Ghana the best of outcomes. Certain key players are missing, and statistically speaking, it doesn't bode well for Ghana football. The reason is that when you look at some of the players who were dropped out of the squad, statistically speaking, some of them are the best that we have in the country now. A player like Osei Pencil, the season has been that good to the extent that he is the best player that Ghana has playing in Europe or elsewhere. He has been part of the Blasters going into AFCON. So this is not a new player to the squad. What at all happened that Osei Pencil was left out? A player like Majid Hashimeru should have made the squad. Bernard Tepete, statistically speaking, of Ludak Greats, should have also made the squad. A player like Jeffrey Schlupp should have also made the squad. If really we wanted to also make the needed impact, I think we should have made every effort to execute the citizenship of Hudson Odoi. It would have helped Ghana tremendously. So these are my misgivings on the squad, but as we always say, it's based on it behoves on the technical team to ensure that they get the best results for Ghana, because they have provided the squad and they have no excuses.
How disappointed were you that Osei Pencil did not make the final squad?
Very much disappointed, particularly looking at what he has been able to achieve this season, and he continues to knock at the doors. You could see clearly that dropping Osei Pencil was more of political financial issue than the performance on the field of play. Because statistically, I've told you, the comparisinator put him ahead of all the players in his position and all the players even going for the World Cup. That pundits are expressing doubts as to why his name was left out from the squad.
When you say statistical financial issue, what does it mean?
When I say political, everybody is aware.
Political financial issue, what does it mean?
Everybody is aware that Osei Pencil is coming from a staple. So, having played for Tama Youth and Parma stands to gain, should Osei Pencil be transferred, I have 10% in it. I will also gain in solidarity payment. So let's do everything to derail the process so that financial opportunity is lost. Politically, Parma can contest for the next elections, or Parma can support other candidates to contest for the next elections. So let's do everything to cripple him financially so that he will not be there to support anybody or even contest himself.
This same administration took Osei Pencil to AFCON 2021.
And this same administration dropped him after the first game.
So how do they not overlook that African Cup of Nations but still took him to that AFCON?
You see, let me tell you this. There is this thing that we always think of. Joseph was given the opportunity, thinking that he will flop. And this is supported by the theory in leadership. We call it the in search of excellence. That human beings are promoted to inherit their level of incompetence. Joseph had played as an under-17, as a U20, and as U23. He had performed well at that level. But there was no basis to conclude that Joseph would do well at the what? At the Black Stars level. So they were surprised. The performance that he put up, if you will be very fair, he was our best player in the Moroccan game. How on earth will such a player be dropped in the next game? It's purely based on the fact that a certain person stands to gain if Joseph should seize the AFCON 2021 as his tournament.
These are just perceptions.
It's not perception. There's evidential proof. You can talk to CK Akono. He will tell you the bare facts. You see, Nabila, at times people tend to feel that we tend to speculate. We speculate based on very accurate records. Be reminded that I've competed as a presidential candidate to the FA elections. So I do get information at a certain level. I do not speculate. I state the facts as it is. It as a basis to back whatever we are saying. There is an autoda and evidence to that effect.
Did CK tell you that he called Joseph Vincent 3 times?
It's not CK who had that direct contact with me. But you can talk to him. He recently said that he was being influenced to drop certain players.
I got that. He regretted that.
And so you can do Ghanaians a favor by asking him if this is true, without necessarily coming to confirm.
How far do you think you can go at the World Cup?
First round. It's premature.
First round.
First round
of the World Cup.
Yeah.
Farmer, if you were the FA president and Otuado had assembled this group of players, would you say that we'll exit the World Cup at the group stage?
I would have ensured that the right thing is done. As I told you, I will not influence, but he has to convince me. When I was at the U20 level, we had data base on all the players that we invited to go to the New Zealand, Australia. So that should tell you that it's not today or now that I'm trying to dwell much on the statistical indices to determine who is better placed to offer Ghana the best of performances at the Mondial. We have done so at the U20 level and at the U17 level. I must be able to admit to you that any player who is playing in the world, you have the statistical records on that player. And any coach who is coming before a body of competent jurisdiction that the Executive Council of the FA must be made to justify on record as to why player A or player B is being called. Well, how could a player like Elisha Owusu be brought when he's virtually warming the bench of Ghent? He's on the bench of Ghent. Majid Ashimeru is not my player. But when you look at the records, he's a better defensive player than Elisha Owusu. These are facts. How could anybody drop Jeffrey Schlupp? For what sake? When you look at the statistics and the records, Jeffrey should be part of this thing. Jeffrey, I have nothing to do with Jeffrey, but the facts must be told at any point in time. That is the beauty of football democracy.
The last time you and I spoke, you described the World Cup as a national cause. And please come this way for me. You described the World Cup as a national cause. Today you are saying something different in relation to how the team can perform.
I will still support Ghana as a Ghanaian. I will wear my national colors whenever Ghana is playing and even throughout the tournament. But as an analyst, I have to detach my passion hat and make sure that I talk as an analyst. You don't have to embellish the records when the fact speaks to the truth. The fact speaks to the truth. Football is said that if you don't speak the truth, the key performance indicators will expose you.